Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at the 15 next level Christmas lights of 2023.
Is that one house that takes Christmas decorations to the extreme, lighting up the whole neighborhood with thousands of lights and props. Today we'll be looking at the top 15 next level Christmas decorations. Number 15, the Hyatt Christmas House. Every year, families across the world put up Christmas decorations around their homes, some striving to outdo their neighbors at all costs. For residents in Plantation Acres, Florida, however, this was always going to be a futile endeavor, because they lived near the Hyatt family, who for several years put on one of the most fantastical Christmas displays you'll ever see. Known as the Hyatt Extreme Christmas, the family's plans were always so huge and outrageous that they would have to start construction works in September. They'd install almost 200,000 lights, a 20-foot tall Ferris wheel with stuffed animal passengers, a 30-foot...
200,000 lights? That's insane!
Christmas tree, life-size gingerbread men, a snow machine, and a 20-foot screen that played Disney movies on a continuous loop. There are 8 homes on the cul-de-sac where the Hyatts live. Each year they dread the noise and the commotion that it would all cause. But the displays always proved popular for others, and people would travel from miles around to see it for themselves, with some families considering an evening at the house to be a Christmas tradition.
That's insane!
With increasing pressure from the authorities, though, the Hyatts were forced to reduce the number of days that their display was turned on, and due to family difficulties, they stopped it altogether a few years ago. Still, for those who were fortunate enough to see it in real life, the whole experience remains a fond Christmas memory. Number 14. Kobe Luminary Light Festival.
Oh my god, that looks insane.
In 1995, the city of Kobe in Japan was struck by a huge earthquake that resulted in the loss of 4,600 lives.
That's not because it's like
Christmas fire. Each year, the locals instead host the Kobe Luminary Light Festival as a sign of hope and recovery from a time when the city was left in darkness. Held in December alongside the Christmas celebrations, more than 200,000 individually painted lights are displayed around the city. Amazingly,
that's so cool. I want to be there.
That is quite impressive.
I want to go there.
Light displays in the world. The lights are donated to the city by the Italian government, who sent artists to Japan to help with their design, creation, and installation. And they're switched on for several hours each night for 2 weeks. It's become an annual tradition for people from across Japan and the rest of the world,
Probably.
and regularly attracts 3 or 4 million visitors each year.
Not every
As well
night.
as providing a breathtaking...
Oh, it's an ad, guys. It's an ad. I wish I put him in.
You could edit that out.
Display. There's a serious fundraising side to the festival, and it usually raises several $1 million to assist the families of those affected by the earthquake, and to help the less fortunate residents.
So if there's an earthquake when the lights are on, they all come tumbling down.
Yeah.
St. Augustine, Florida.
St. Augustine, Florida.
The city of St. Augustine in Florida was first founded in 1565 by Spanish explorers, and holds the record for being the oldest continually inhabited European settlement in North America. As a result, this is a place that's steeped in history, and one of the most spectacular traditions is the annual Nights of Lights Festival. Held around Christmas each year, it's been running for 26 years, and has its roots in the Spanish tradition of lighting a white candle in the window over the Christmas period. This is now expanded to the next level in St. Augustine, though. It begins with the huge Christmas tree in the Plaza de la Constitución, and countless lights illuminating the surrounding trees and buildings. Most businesses and restaurants take part in the festivities. Barely a window, doorway, or any part of a building can be seen that doesn't have a twinkling light placed in it. It's one of the most magical Christmas displays that you'll ever see, and is understandably regularly voted as one of the most recommended places to visit in the world during December.
If you like Christmas lights.
Number 12.
Crazy.
Robo Lights.
The
Robo Lights Festival began life at the home of artist Kenny Irwin Jr. in Palm Springs more than 30 years ago, and became so popular that in 2018 it took place over a 4-acre site, attracted hundreds of thousands of people each year. The basic idea was that any object Irwin could get his hands on could be turned into a lit decoration. And so he's made hundreds of unusual objects that are put on display and are interspersed with more traditional
trash out, puts a light on it and calls it a...
With almost a million lights, pieces of scrap have been turned into moving robots,
That's
futuristic woodland creatures.
Oh my goodness, toilets.
While it may sound bizarre, everyone who visited left with fond memories of the place. But Irwin began to run into difficulties. First was the cost of powering the display, which led him to try to crowdfund online. The second problem was that his neighbors were less than enthralled by having his creation on their doorsteps. After the 2018 event, he was forced to agree to shut it down for good. But never one to give up, he has now plans to build a Robolite park bigger and better than before in Desert Springs.
Away from any
So it may
houses.
not be too long until he can welcome visitors once more. Number 11, Shiodome Kareta
Like,
Illumination.
that looks
For most of the
insane.
year, the Kareta Shiodome
Like
in
all of them
Tokyo
do.
is a shopping center like any other.
Nice crossing.
Its 47 stories are full of stores, cafes, restaurants, and entertainment facilities. But it's during the winter time that the building truly comes into its own and draws more than 500,000 people every year. That's because they go to the next level with their decorations and fill the spaces with more than 250,000 LED lights,
Crazy.
along with fantastical trees and other structures. Each year, the display
Yeah, look
follows
at
a
the feet
theme,
washing
often in
that.
collaboration with Disney. So in 2018, it was designed to look like a Christmas ball from Frozen, while in 2019, it was inspired by Aladdin. It's such a popular event that it runs for longer than most Christmas displays, with the first choreographed light show beginning in mid-November and the last taking place in February. The 10-minute music and light spectacular takes place every quarter of an hour, and as well as featuring the LED lights, also uses lasers, pyrotechnic effects, and music from the movies too. As well as the main Christmas display, the space is set aside for exhibitions based on that year's theme. These often include photograph spots where visitors can take selfies with characters or backgrounds from the movies,
You've
and
got to
also
like
have the
Christmas
chance to see
too.
memorabilia that was used on the set during
Go
filming.
there.
Number 10, Lego Christmas Tree.
Lego Christmas
we could
tree.
now.
First created in 1949, Lego has become one of the most popular toys in the world, allowing you to create virtually anything you can imagine. It has gone on to inspire movies, video
Was that
games,
when
and
we went
amusement
to?
parks. And it's at Legoland that you'll see
I
some of
didn't
the
see
biggest
Christmas
and most
lights.
inventive creations of all.
Oh, that's
In
good.
recent years, the
Did we get
Legoland
Christmas?
California resort has become particularly
No.
renowned
Oh,
around Christmas
That'd be
time
why, I
because
suppose.
it's there that they build the largest Lego Christmas tree on Earth.
That's cool.
Standing more than 30 feet tall and illuminated with 11,000 LED
Is it
lights,
Lego
it's built from more than
Giant Man Soldier?
245,000 bricks and is surrounded by a range of other structures. The switching on of the lights has become an annual tradition,
Santa.
and done by celebrities, with recent VIP guests including Hilary Duff and Chad Michael Murray.
Who?
During the festive season, visitors can also
Hilary
see a
Duff and like
brass
Chad
band playing
Michael
by the
Murray.
tree,
I've never heard of
are
it.
covered in
Yeah, me
artificial
too.
snowflakes and can join Santa's elves as they sing classic Christmas songs.
Yeah, nice
It's a
tree.
true celebration of all things Lego and Christmas, and this is by far the most popular time at the resort. Number 9, Luce de Artista. Cities and towns across the world install light displays to celebrate the festive season
like
each
Worcester.
year. One that stands out above the rest is
Just
the
like
town of
Yeah,
Salerno.
that thing
in
strung across the road.
Yeah.
15 years, they have held the annual Luce de Artista
Not as good as
festival.
that though,
Scenic
especially
streets
that
filled with
giant
lights and
blue
decorations,
thing.
as well as a large
Oh.
Oh,
Christmas
look at that! Did you see that teddy
Yeah,
bear?
we do that. That's better than that.
Mm.
Oh no, Sergey, you did.
with stalls selling souvenirs, presents, and virtually every type of food you could think of. It attracts over 1 million visitors each year, and the decorations cover such a vast area that there's no way you can take it all in at just one night. From the giant Christmas tree in the central square to
Yeah,
the
it's like
variety
Worcester's
of
tree.
animals,
Oh,
street
but
lights,
that-
illuminated tunnels, and fairy tale
Someone dropped the
inspired
lights on the floor
installations,
there.
every direction you look, there's something new and amazing to explore. There's also a variety of fairground rides to go on too. But the most popular has got to be the almost 200-foot tall Ferris wheel.
Like
Gives the
Birmingham.
opportunity to get a bird's eye view of the town, and it's only then that you truly realize the scale of the celebrations. We're constantly adding more people to the Top 5's production team to bring you all the best content. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on and hit the like button. Number 8, Brook Green Gardens. Brook Green Gardens is a botanical garden, sculpture park, and wildlife reserve in South Carolina. It covers an area of around 9,100 acres, and while it's a popular destination throughout most of the year, it's the Christmas celebrations that are truly next level. Known as the Nights of 1,000 Candles, 4,500 candles are positioned around the central gardens and lit every night by
Turn
volunteers.
everything down.
Also stay on hand to relight them if they get blown out by the wind or visitors. Along with these are a further 2 million electric lights throughout the rest of the site, which
Crazy.
illuminate the sculptures and plant life in a spectacular fashion. The Christmas tree itself has 130,000 lights on it. The event has
It's
become so
dancing.
popular that more than 5,500
Pull the
people
tree
visit
down.
each
Dang,
night
it
while
was
it's on.
crazy.
As you can imagine, it takes a huge amount of organization to prepare and requires the efforts of 150 staff and volunteers, beginning begin setting it up 3 months before opening night, and spend a further 2 months taking everything down again. Number 7.
Do the trees
Cathedral
like it?
Square. Cathedral Square in the capital city of Lithuania, Vilnius, is the heart of the city and is where all the major celebrations take place. It's in the square that the residents hold parades, music concerts, exhibitions, and
Like a
fairs.
giant
But the biggest
slow
event of all takes
dome
place
thingy
at
Christmas
time,
tree
when a
thingy.
huge 88-foot tall Christmas tree is installed and is surrounded by other installations
It's like
such
a
as a
crown
life-size
on the
nativity
top.
scene and other monuments that celebrate Christmas and
Is
the
that the
history
Leaning
of the
Tower
city.
of Vilnius?
It's the tree that takes the pride in place, though, and there's nothing else quite like it. The decorations on it change every year depending on the chosen theme. But one thing that remains is a
theme is
canopy of
lights.
70,000 bulbs that hang from the very top of the tree, branch out to stalls that are arranged around it.
How do they
Introduces
keep
so
all
much
those
light that it's
lights
visible
up?
from planes landing at the airport several
Magic.
miles away. It's said to illuminate the sky
Christmas
so much that it's
magic.
impossible for residents to see the stars.
Well,
It often
Christmas
makes
comes in.
animals believe that it's still daytime. Number 6. Miracle on 34th Street. Every year on the 700th block of 34th Street in Baltimore, Maryland, residents hold the Miracle on 34th Street display. Most of the row houses take part in the tradition that began in 1947, when the movie with the same name was released. And it sees
Imagine
thousands
being
of
the neighbour
bulbs
who
and
doesn't want to
decorations
put lights
adorning the building.
You'd
It
go out
creates a
misery,
wondrous
wouldn't you?
valley of light. People visit from
We
miles
don't put
around to
lights
see
up.
for
No,
themselves,
we're the
and can expect
misery.
to see countless Christmas trees, trains, animatronic figures,
No one in our
projections,
neighborhood
Disney
does.
Yeah,
characters,
we're all misery.
Hanukkah menorahs, and a number of other artworks and installations that are not so traditional. There is, for example, a sea of Santas and Frosty the
No
Snowman.
viewers
One
neighbourhoods,
resident
they
who's lived
probably
there
like
for
have
decades
every
has
house
become
is
famed
all
for his collection
scattered in
of hubcap
Christmas lights,
trees.
like those ones.
Residents often
Tele-
choose a theme for their own individual displays, which can range from anything between peace and harmony to pirates and magic. And various stalls along the street sell refreshments and souvenirs to visitors. Miracle on 34th Street has become controversial in recent years, however, due to the amount of noise and traffic it creates, and the amount of
Yeah.
energy that's used to power the lights.
We just don't
There have,
want
though, been
noise and
efforts to
traffic by our house, do
introduce
we?
LED bulbs and other
That's why we
designs
don't
that
have
use
it.
less electricity. And despite the
It has to
concerns
be the
of
best if we
residents
put
that
some
say
lights
they
up.
should continue with the tradition.
We'd have millions of people
Going for
climbing up
almost 75 years.
Dark Lane.
Yeah,
You
but
can't cope with
Number
it.
5.
yeah, but
Tivoli
we just
Gardens.
can't be bothered because we're
Tivoli
lazy.
Gardens is an amusement
Well, that might
park
be
in
another
Copenhagen,
reason, but
Yeah,
both
yeah.
reasons are valid.
Opened in 1843.
Yeah, but if
It's
we
the second
were to
oldest
put them
amusement
up, then
park
it
in
would
the
look
world.
like 10 times better than all of these
Oh,
combined.
yeah,
To keep the
yeah.
family
Easy.
entertained,
Yeah, easy.
from roller coasters and rides to shows and restaurants. And while summer remains the most popular time of year for visitors, it's managed to keep relevant during the winter months with an incredible Christmas display. At
Where's
least
this?
70,000
I don't know.
Christmas baubles are hung from the
Sydney,
trees and
that's Denmark.
lampposts. More than
Copenhagen.
1,000 Christmas trees are arranged throughout the gardens. The stunning concert hall in the
Copenhagen.
center of the venue is used as a canvas on which images and light displays are projected, and hundreds of thousands of lights are strung along the garden's pathways and rides. Furthermore, wooden houses are placed at every turn, and snow is sprayed everywhere to give the feeling that you're in a Nordic winter wonderland. Santa and his reindeer are on hand to
Santa?
welcome people to
Well,
the
he comes
gardens
from by there,
and
doesn't
to
he? He
take
hasn't got
last-minute
far to
gift
go.
requests from children. And for the adults, a large Christmas market is built that offers everything from decorations to trinkets to snacks, meals, and overly alcoholic beverages. For many people in Denmark, it's the best time to go to Tivoli, and it's a Christmas tradition to ride on the wooden roller coaster that's more than a century old, while eating sugary treats and looking down on the light display beneath. Number 4. Rio's floating Christmas tree. Rio de Janeiro is the party capital of the world, which is known for its Carnival and New Year's Eve celebrations.
And
Seeing
very
2.5
big
million
river.
people descend upon Copacabana
Very
Beach.
thick.
But Christmas is also an incredibly important time for the residents, and they have one of the most spectacular Christmas decorations and displays that you'll see anywhere in the world. There are lots of cities that pride themselves on having the biggest Christmas trees, but Rio has gone one better.
Like Sinter
Every
Green.
year they unveil the world's largest floating Christmas tree.
Floating.
First shown in 2014, the magnificent structure is 278 feet tall and is decorated by more than 3 million lights. Of course, it's not actually a living tree, but is instead a gigantic metal structure that floats on a specially constructed barge in the city's Rodrigo de Freitas Lagoon.
We do that on our
The
pond.
lights change color throughout the night, from orange to represent sunrise to blue for its moon phase, green and gold so it looks like traditional Christmas tree with candles, and then multicolored stars.
What's our environmentally
It
friendly?
took more than 1,200 producers, engineers, and artists to create it, and it floats to different positions in the lagoon throughout December.
Choose Brittany Ferries and your Spanish escape starts on board. It's the best decision you're yet to make.
Stupid adverts.
Welcome to the Eras Tour.
Oh,
I don't care.
Each year. It's supported by 5 dedicated generators on barges to provide enough power to keep the lights on. And on certain nights is also accompanied by an elaborate fireworks display. Since its first introduction, the tree has become a point of pride for the residents of Rio, who see it as further proof that they know how to party and celebrate better
you
than
don't really
anyone
need
else in
all
the
that
world.
stuff in Rio.
Based on how
It's
next
funny
level
to
they
do
took the
anyway.
idea of a Christmas tree, they aren't wrong.
Crazy.
Number 3, Diker Heights.
It's
There are
Elmo.
plenty of places you can go in New York to see incredible Christmas displays. But while most people might think Rockefeller Center is the place to
Big
go,
Christmas tree.
those in the know head in the
Santa.
other direction to Diker Heights in Brooklyn.
Never heard
It's
of
one of
it.
the most spectacular neighborhood displays you'll find anywhere in the world.
Oh,
And it's a
again, place
tradition
with
that
the-
was begun in the 1980s.
Well, you look at
by
misery if you
Lucy
don't have the
Sponheim,
lights on your
who
house.
moved to her new home and wanted to carry on her mom's love of Christmas lights. At first, the other residents weren't convinced and even tried to get her to take her displays down.
Yeah, but
As
it
more
is.
and more began to join in, it
I
was soon
would.
overcome by the
I'd be
Christmas
going on holiday
spirit.
that time of year.
Most of the
I'd be
families
there.
put their lights and decorations up after Thanksgiving, and it's thought that millions of lights adorn the streets each year. Some of the homes have so many decorations in
Selma!
their front yards that it's hard to know where to look. But it's almost guaranteed that whatever
I'll look for
direction
my
you're
car and
headed,
drive
you're
away.
bound to see some Santas, reindeer, elves, angels, and every other creature, object, or image that you associate with Christmas. At least 100,000 people visit Diker Heights every year, which is nowhere
I
near
do.
as many as visit
Yeah,
other
I've been
Christmas
there.
sites in New York.
Last
For
week.
those who do go, it's the
I went
secret
like-
treasure that continues to
Yesterday.
amaze.
I went
It's where
last
you'll find,
minute.
for example, the biggest Santa in all of the city, who is 15 feet tall and proudly sits outside the
The
Palazzano Hall,
viewers just didn't
one of
see
the largest
it.
collections of nativity scenes and singing toy soldiers.
Go.
One of the things that's
Oh,
most
can we-
surprising, though,
Where
is
do
the
they keep
sheer
that
scale
in the
of
rest
the
of the year?
festivities. Now
Someone's got a very
stretching
big
from
garage.
11th to 13th Avenues from 83rd to 86th
Maybe
Street
just
in
put him a
Diker
bit and
Heights.
remember like
You can go on a guided tour
instructional
on
like
foot and by bus, which takes 3.5 hours to see everything on display.
That's a fun 6.5
Number 2,
hours.
Lootopia. Normally, when you think of Christmas, you imagine snow falling down on rooftops and
Mhm.
people wrapped up warm,
Yeah.
drinking hot drinks.
Yeah.
Plenty of people in the world live in hotter climates, and they do things a little differently.
Hmm.
One of the best places to go for a warm weather
Australia.
Christmas is Monterrey in northeastern Mexico, where every year they celebrate the
Some of
Lootopia
my
Festival.
schools went to
It
South
began in
Africa.
2017 and sees
Mhm.
more than
Some of
15,000 lights and 250 gigantic illuminated figures being put on display
They got
along a
coats on
2-mile
there,
stretch of
Yeah.
canal through the Paseo de Santa Lucia district of the city.
Must be
The
freezing.
lights and sculptures have a distinct Mexican flair to them and are unlike any decorations you'll see elsewhere. They are representations from cultures around the world, and you'll see a variety of famous world landmarks given the Lootopia treatment, as well as famous characters, images, structures, and things that are on the verge of bizarre and strange. There's a 60-foot tall Christmas tree, a 49-foot tall castle, a magical tunnel, and of course, a Christmas villa where Santa lives. It's not all about bright colors and unusual imagery, though. There's a whole section devoted to a more controlled use of white lights to illuminate tree canopies and create a romantic and peaceful setting amongst the mayhem that surrounds it. Furthermore, there's an extensive Christmas market that sells toys and gifts, as well as souvenirs from the festival. And instead of being served a hot chocolate or mulled wine, you can sit back and relax in the warmth with a nice cold beer or iced chocolate.
Ice
Number
chocolate.
1, La Fête des Lumières.
Just
But
chocolate.
guys, this is supposed to be
France
the
is
best one.
undoubtedly one of the
Ah,
cultural
France.
centers of
Paris.
the world, and having been
You've
a
been
country
there.
that's
I've been
inspired
there.
so many artists and creatives
you
throughout
haven't.
history,
I haven't.
it should come
Yeah,
as
I
no surprise that when they put on a celebratory display, they're almost certain to
Mad.
go a step above what anyone else is capable of. The city of Lyon is a place steeped in history with its own traditions and causes for celebration. And every year the residents take part in the Festival of Lights, which is a way of showing their gratitude towards the Virgin Mary on and around December 8th. Historically,
I've never seen that
multicolored candles would be placed on the outside of windows across the city, which would create an incredible effect. But more recently, with the advent of electric lights, things have gone to the next level.
Just
The
have the lights
celebrations
like
focus
popping
around the
onto the
Basilica
ground.
of Fourvière, which is lit up in an array of color, and the Palace des Terreaux, where a special light installation is displayed each year.
Look at that
The
man
creative
just like
minds
walking.
from Lyon,
Where
most
it's
of
like a
whom have
light
grown up
man.
with the festival,
Christmas light
incorporate
man.
as many new technologies and techniques as they can
They
in
got
each
like
display,
lightsabers
as well as
but
the
without
main
the
performances that usually
things that
include
you hold.
projected images and lasers
Handles.
which are choreographed
Yeah.
with music. Various artworks are positioned around the
Oh,
city,
that's all
which encourage
Monet
people
or
to
something,
interact
isn't it?
with it in unique ways, or to simply watch from a
Yeah,
distance.
Van Gogh.
The festival attracts lighting designers from across the world. You'll normally see museum curators, design consultants, amusement park operators, special effects producers, and people from a wide range of industries roaming the streets during the 4 days that the festival takes place in search of the next best thing. La Fête du Luminaire never fails to surprise and astonish visitors.
I'd like to go
Light
there.
shows
Should we
you
go there
incredible
next year,
experiences
December the
that can be
8th?
Yeah.
created with light. If you ever
We
get
might
the
be at
chance
school.
to visit, this is one Christmas celebration you don't want to miss.
Okay. Wait, what's it?
That's the one we don't want to
Watch
miss.
our binge watching playlist if you'd like to watch all
There,
of our
that's all
most
of the
popular
videos.
top 15
So do any of
videos.
those lights
Grab a drink,
match the
grab a-
quality of our Christmas tree?
Definitely. Guys, do you want to see our Christmas tree? It's so cool. Look at it, it's so good.
Yeah, all lit up in its glory there.
It's all lit up. So guys, we will see you in the next video. So yeah guys, bye bye. Dad, say bye.
Bye. Bye.